Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is the day I'm finally telling the story that I was supposed to tell a long time ago. Y'all, this is Summer Love Affair Part 5. And y'all, I'm so sorry. I thought I was finished with this story and then I kept seeing people tell me like, can you say Part 5? And then I went back and I listened to the video and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't tell y'all like what happened. So, I mean, y'all found out like when we stopped talking or whatever. I gotta get comfortable because y'all I'm on my bed, so I gotta put something up. Okay, so I told y'all what happened or whatever, but I didn't tell y'all like when he started acting weird, all the other stuff. So let's get straight into it. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you are subscribed, y'all, because we still ain't at 100K, and it seemed like it's just like we there, but we ain't there. And make sure you follow me on all my social medias. You already know, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok LifeWithSymone, and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. Yeah, so let's get straight into this video. So where we left off, it was, remember when I told y'all like everything happened, he went to Vegas and he wanted to get back with his girlfriend and he said he wasn't his girlfriend and yeah, all that other stuff. And I was heartbroken and lonely. I was sad and lonely like Keisha Cole. So months went by, and remember I told y'all that I listened to him and I was like, okay, you know what, I should probably try to work things out with Crazy or whatever. So months go by, Crazy is still in jail, probably like a month after I stopped talking to him, a month and a half, because I was already still always like communicating with Crazy. That wasn't my man or nothing like that, but remember I told y'all I wasn't finna leave him high and dry in jail, even though it's like y'all probably thinking like, bitch, what was your loyalty to this man who dogged you out, treated you so bad? You know, I don't know. For some reason I wanted to, that's neither here nor there. Y'all, I hope my lace not lacing. But anyway, so like we always communicated, but he always would try to like hit me with the little jail talk and shit like that, but I wasn't really giving in. So probably like a month and a half later, after me and Goofy stopped talking, I kind of gave in to Crazy and we started talking again. So y'all, so probably like that was probably like he had like 2 months left in jail. So after that he ended up coming home. Boom, y'all already seen this story time where I said he played me on his first day out. So remember, like I said, he played me immediately. The day he got home, he was just had it all lined up. He was gonna play Symone. Whatever, I guess he had jail talk some bitches and owed them some dick, so he had to give it to them. I don't know. So anyway, me and him, we arguing like we always do and shit like that. And then so this is another person that's gonna come into this story, y'all. Oh my god. So this girl, we're gonna call her Millie. So Millie was my homegirl. Like Millie was my dog. Like now to this day, it's no beef with her or whatever, but of course we ain't gonna fuck with each other like we used to, because I don't know, I feel like back then I was too forgiving, but now when I think back on shit, I'll be like, you know what, you know, but it's no beef or whatever. But anyway, so Millie and me was close, like day ones. We was like every day. It's like we hung out so fucking much. But at this time, Millie was back and forth living in Vegas and in LA. Y'all know Vegas is like 4-hour drive, an hour plane ride. Vegas is not far. So Millie was back and forth, right? But mind y'all, since Millie was back and forth and a lot of times she was in Vegas, we wouldn't hang out like we used to, but we would always be on the phone. So Millie knew Crazy, y'all. She knew Crazy because, I don't know, I think they went to school together. I don't know how she actually knew him, but she knew him. And her and Crazy's baby mama, his daughter's mom, was close. Like, they wasn't close like this, but at one point they kind of was. But mind y'all, I knew Millie before she knew her. Y'all, but she knew her before I ended up dating Crazy. Like, okay, but whatever. So they was pretty close or whatever, right? So she would tell me little shit, like, you know, tell me shit like if he was fucking with his baby mama or shit like that. Which is kind of messy when I think about it, because it's like, you used to be all up in this girl face, but then you running back reporting shit. I feel like if I was in the middle of a situation like that with friends, I wouldn't want to be in it. Like, don't tell me shit that you do. I just wouldn't want to be in it. But she would kind of run back, and it's not, I don't know. Anyway. So one day we was talking on the phone. We would talk like every day on the phone. Like, she would call me on her lunch breaks because she ended up working in Vegas, shit like that. She'll call me on her lunch break. She'll call me all the time. And I know y'all thinking like, how the fuck do Millie come in? So just pay attention. So one day we on the phone and she was just like, hey girl, like I'm gonna be coming to LA soon. Like, hook me up with somebody. So I'm like, all right. So she like not one of Crazy friends though. Like, all right, I'm trying to talk to them. So I'm like, nah, cool. So she was like, you still fuck with that blood nigga? Like, she still talk to Goofy? So I'm like, nah, I don't talk to him. I ain't talked to him in like 4 months. Like, I don't talk to him no more. And so she already knew the whole ran down, because mind y'all, we talk on the phone every day. We used to hang out like every day. So she like, oh, okay, damn, that's crazy, because I want to talk to one of his homeboys. But I'm like, you still could? Shit, like, I follow some of them on Instagram. I'll just shoot you their DMs. I mean, shoot you their IG, and you know, you go from there. You got to shoot your shot or they'll shoot theirs. I mean, you can follow them, do whatever. So she like, oh, okay, cool. So mind y'all, After we ended up getting off the phone, because I told her I was going to go to Crazy House. I was going to spend the night over there. So I ended up going to Crazy House, right? The night I go to his house, we big chilling. We just watching TV. So I'm sitting on the bed like how I'm sitting now, and I got my feet spread out. So he's sitting at the edge of the bed, and my feet is like touching his back. So we talking and we laughing, and we was watching this movie. I forgot what the fuck we was watching. Oh, yep, I remember now because I started crying. We was watching Fast and Furious, the one where, you know, was the last one with Paul Walker in. So we watching the movie and we laughing and joking, and, you know, I'm like clearing up my tears. And I got like restless leg syndrome, y'all. I be shaking my legs a lot. So I'm shaking my leg, and when I was shaking my leg, he looked back. Mind you, he never had an issue or said anything about it. So he looked back at me. And I'm like, oh, my bad. So you remember when I used to tell y'all when he'd give me this look, that's when I know he's finna do some weird shit, or he's finna start acting crazy, like the crazy activate. He'd give me the look first. So he first was looking normal, and then he started giving me that look. So I'm like, yo, I can't do shit in this house. Like, I can't even shake my fucking leg. Like, my bad. I said my bad. So I'm just like, when I noticed him giving that look, because first I was like, oh, my bad. Like, but when I noticed him giving a look, I'm like, damn, my bad. Like, you know, I copped the attitude. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I copped the attitude. I'm like, damn, my bad. Like, I didn't fucking, like, what did I do? Like, why are you looking at me like that? So he was just like, nah. I'm like, is it me shaking my leg? I'm like, I just stopped. I said I could stop. I said my bad. So he like, nah, it's not that. It's something I thought about that I found out about earlier. So I'm like, here the fuck we go. So I'm like, what'd you find out about? And he just like, I don't even know if I want to even ruin the moment like this. And I'm like, you ruined the moment when you bring it up, so you might as well just tell me. So he like, I don't know, just know I know some shit. Like, you think you sneaky, like, you sneaky as fuck. And I'm like, how am I sneaky? Like, you know, so I'm just irritated because, mind y'all, we already get into it and shit like this. Y'all already see what happened when he got out. Like, we wasn't even on the best of terms. So I'm just, like, irritated. But at this time, because, mind y'all, I told y'all, he didn't live far from me. So whenever I would go to his house, 9 times out of 10, he would pick me up because he's in the area, and then I would go to his house. Like, a lot of times I was not driving to his house. He would pick me up. So he picked me up. So I'm just like, at this point, give me your keys. I'm finna go home. So he like, how you gonna take my car and go home? I'm like, I'll give you your car back in the morning. I don't know. I just don't want to be here. Like, your vibe is weird. And remember I told y'all his mom was weird too. So it was like, y'all gonna jump me? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, his vibe was just weird. So he like, nah, it's cool. Like, I'm not even gonna mention it. Like, I'm not gonna bring it up. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So the next day, he ended up taking me to my house. And when he dropped me off, he came in the house or whatever. And he was just kicking it. So he was just like, that's crazy. Look who I see on Instagram. Mind y'all. So I'm sitting there. I'm not thinking the person that he was finna tell me he seen on Instagram. I'm not even thinking he finna say this, because y'all, let me get there. So he like, look who I see on Instagram. So I'm like, who? He like, yo nigga. So I'm like, what? He was like, yo nigga, that's who I see on Instagram. He's like, and I ran into that nigga the other day too. So I'm just like, you ran into yourself? Because ain't you my nigga at this moment? Like, who's my nigga? So I'm like, who are you talking about? I'm thinking he finna be funny and show me Welvin or something. Like, you know, like, I'm thinking he finna make a little joke. Like, you know, this nigga gonna show me Goofy. He showed me Goofy's Instagram. Bro, why do you know his Instagram? That's weird as fuck. Like, y'all don't communicate. Y'all don't cross paths at all. Like, y'all hoods don't beef. Y'all don't cross paths. Y'all don't know each other. Why are you showing me? Y'all different age range. Why are you showing me this man Instagram? Like, how do you have his Instagram? So he was all like, and show me his Instagram. So I'm just like, yo, mind y'all, remember when I said when he was in jail and we wasn't together and I was talking to Goofy? He never mentioned him. Remember I was like, he never mentioned him even when I had posted the shit on Snapchat and the screenshots. I'm like, he never mentioned him. Like, so I'm just thinking like, why are he mentioning him now? You know, and that kind of made me sad, because I'm just like, damn, that man broke my heart. Now you adding salt to the wound and shit. And I'm like, you ain't shit, he ain't shit, they ain't nobody shit. Like, you know, so I'm just sad, like, kind of, but I'm just like, you're weird. I was just like, you're weird as fuck. I'm like, why are you saying that's my nigga? Like, that's weird. Like, you know, and he was like, cause that is, like, you gonna sit here and lie? And I'm like, no, but I'm just saying, like, that's not my nigga, and why are you even bringing up this man, and why are you on his Instagram? Like, that's weird. And he was like, oh, I see you in his likes. Going to an old ass picture, cause mind y'all, we still followed each other on Instagram, but I wasn't like liking his shit like that. But I wasn't liking his shit. Like, probably if he posts his kid, I'll like it, but I wouldn't like his pictures like that. Like, I just wouldn't. But we still follow each other. So he like, I see you in his likes. He like, I'm like, why are you going through this man's likes? Mind y'all, at this time, because Crazy used to block me on Instagram. We don't even have each other on Instagram. So how the fuck do you even see my name in his likes? You're not making no fucking sense. So he like, I see you in his likes. He was like, that's crazy. He was like, that's actually what I found out the other day, but I wasn't gonna bring it up last night. So I'm like, first of all, it's not my nigga. He like, so did you ever talk to him? I'm like, yeah, I did. But what made you bring that up? Like, how did you find that out that I talked to him? So he was just like, oh, Don't worry about it. I found out. He's like, and I ran into that nigga and I heard him. Like, I think you was on the phone with him. Like, bro, you're lying. So I'm like, you ran into him and he was on the phone with me. He was like, yeah, I heard him say Symone. I'm like, I'm not the only Symone. Like, bro, like, come on now. Why are you lying? So I'm just like, you're weird. I was like, yeah, you gotta go because you're being weird. Like, you're gonna sit here and tell me you randomly ran into a nigga at the gas station and you was ear hustling on his conversation and heard him say Symone and it was me. And then you randomly find him on Instagram. Make this make sense. That's like me being in line at the store at Target or something, and it's a girl in front of me on the phone, and she say my nigga name, and next thing you know, I find her on Instagram. I don't even know this girl's name, nothing. How the fuck? Like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense, because you're not making no type of sense right now. So I'm just like, that's don't even make no type of sense. Like, you're not making sense. He just being weird. He like, yeah, I found the nigga. Like, so you gonna sit here and lie? Mind you, you asked me that I used to talk to him. I said yes. Like, it's no point of us lying. We wasn't together, and it's somebody that I talked to in the past. Like, I feel like it's no point in lying to you. Like, you asked me a question, I'm be honest. So he like, oh, okay, yeah, that's crazy. Like, dang, look at you think that nigga get more money than me? What? So I was just like, damn, do you want to talk to the nigga? Because you still on his Instagram page, shoot your shot. Like, you know, like, why are you, why? So he just got irritated with me and was just like, you know, I'm finna go. So thank you, bye. So he leave, and at this point I'm still kind of thinking, how the fuck did this nigga find out? But then I started thinking about it. Like, I'm like, okay, remember when I posted on Snap and I was like, Bimbo, I think she had screenshotted. When it come out, find out it was Rat who screenshotted and sent it to Sunshine. But I was thinking, like, so maybe she could have screenshotted it too. Like, maybe she could have seen the picture. Maybe she could have told him about him. Like, maybe, you know, it's not hard to find somebody after you see what they look like. Of course, like, in LA it's small but it's big. But I don't just see him as a nigga searching for this man. Like, I feel like it was probably a female. They found him and probably was like, oh, this the nigga she was talking to, da 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 da. So I'm thinking, like, maybe it's Bimbo because she see, like at the time I'm dealing with this shit with her too, you know. So I'm thinking, like, maybe she thinking, like, bitch, you don't leave him alone, I'm gonna find a way for him to leave you alone. I don't know. I was really just thinking, like, maybe it was her. But I'm just like, people is weird. I don't got time for this. So next thing you know, I'm on the phone with Millie because she called me again at her lunch break. Like, we would talk every day. So I'm on the phone with her and I'm just telling her, like, oh my god, this nigga crazy is fucking annoying. He showed me Goofy page and trying to, like, I'm just telling her the whole rundown. She like, what the fuck? How would he find out about him? That's weird as fuck. Like, da 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 da, you know. And I'm just thinking, like, right, mind y'all, I've not heard, like, I would vent to my friends. Like, I've been to Millie and I've been to Stank. Y'all remember Stank, but my old Storytime. But anyway, I would vent to her about Goofy and shit like that, or my sister, you know. But other than that, at this point, 4 months later, after we ain't talked, I was not speaking on this man no more. So it was kind of just annoying and weird that he just kept being brung up. First, Millie brung him up when she asked me. The next thing you know, Crazy brung him up the same day. Like, so it was just weird. Like, everything was just weird. Like, why is this nigga keep being brung up? So I was kind of annoyed because I'm just like, I am not ready to, like, talk to you, see you. So I just felt like the universe was trying to tell me, like, I'm gonna end up seeing this person again. But anyway, so we talking and she was just like, dang, like, Symone, you should come to Vegas this weekend. Like, you should come out here. So I'm like, nah, like, I would come, but no, because mind you, I still follow Goofy on Instagram. So I'm like, I seen he posted, like, him and his homeboys is finna go to Vegas this weekend too. And she's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. So I don't want to go out there because I don't want to run into him, or I don't want to go out there and he see we both in Vegas and he try to hit me up, because he haven't tried to hit me up. I ain't hit him up, you know. So I'm like, I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him, none of that. And she was just like, fuck, that's crazy that you told me he coming out here. She was like, because his homies, I was looking at a few of their pages. She's like, and I want to talk to one of them. So if they come out here, I for sure will want to link with them. She was like, so that's kind of good that you don't want to come, because I know you wouldn't want to be around him. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but you know, if you want to link with him, I mean, not him, but if you want to link with his homeboys or, like, meet one of them, I'm like, go ahead. Like, you know, shoot your shot. I'm like, you can link with, like, your homegirls and shit like that. She was like, yeah. She was like, but let me tell you, she was like, yeah, if I link with my homegirl, I would tell them, like, Goofy off limits. And I'm like, girl, I'm not worried about him. But she like, girl, I know, but it's still the fact, like, you're my friend. Mind you, I pay attention to that. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. She was like, so I'm finna hit him up. So she's sending me the boy page, like, she finna hit up. I'm just like, yeah, he's a cool guy. Like, that one, like, he really got, like, his good head on his shoulders and shit like that. So she like, I'm finna hit him up. Like, she asked me to run down, like, that I know of, he don't have no girlfriend, because, you know, these niggas be having secret girlfriends and shit. I'm like, that I know of, he ain't got no secret girlfriend, family, and none of that. Like, he seemed real cool. He a nice guy. So she like, okay, I'm gonna hit him up, right? She hit him up. She told me, like, oh yeah, he told me he gonna be in Vegas, I'm gonna link with him. Cool, right? Cool. So I'm talking or whatever, and Millie, I had ended up telling Stank about the situation too, because I was all like, should we go to Vegas? Like, you know, not even to hang out with them, but like just to get away. I'm like, cause she was gonna be the person I was gonna go with too if I would have went, cause she always used to be down. So she like, nah, like we shouldn't go or whatever. But she was like, but Stank had talked to one of Goofy friends too, so she was like, yeah, just make sure Millie don't fuck with the one I was talking to. So I'm like, yeah, I'd let her know, like, you know, it's whatever. So later on, time passed, right? Time passed. And it's probably like the weekend after the whole Vegas thing, when they went to Vegas. So I'm just like, okay, like, you know, time passed or whatever. So what's it called? What's his name? Goofy ended up DMing me. Mind y'all, this is probably like Tuesday. Like that weekend passed where him and his homeboys went to Vegas, which I wasn't like stalking his page or nothing like that. And the whole time that they was in Vegas, I did not talk to Millie. Like the whole time she told me she was gonna link with him, that was that. Like I didn't really even talk to her or whatever. So it was like Tuesday. I'm on Instagram. Next thing you know, I see a DM pop up, right? And I see who the DM is from, and it's from Goofy, and I'm just like, oh my god. So I'm thinking really like, okay, she must have linked with them, and you know, like my name probably came up or something, because why is this nigga randomly DMing me? Like, you ain't DM'd me before. So he DM'd me, and I seen the message. So you know, when you see the message, you don't want to click on it quick, but you happy you was on Instagram, so you seen it go across, because I ain't got notifications, so I wouldn't know if somebody DM me and delete it or not. I wouldn't know. So yeah, so he DMs me or whatever, and I finally respond, and he was just asking me like, hey, how you been? So I respond, I'm just like, I'm good, you, like, you know, the little 1-2-1-2. So he was just like, okay, like, that's cool, that's what's up, like, I miss you, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry, I know you probably want to hear it right now. So I'm just like, I don't want to hear it, like, you know, like, cut the small talk, I don't want to hear that shit right now. So he like, okay, like, you know, it's cool. He was like, but I really wanted to say sorry to you in person, because I never got the chance to do that. But I just wanted to give you your time, you know, to heal from the situation before I tried to ask you to do that. Oh my God. Here I go. The dummy. The dumbest person ever. Okay, sure. Y'all, so mind y'all, when he hit me up, it probably was like 9-ish. Probably like 8, 9, whatever. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Mind y'all, like I said, he lived close to me too. Like, why all these people live by me? So anyway, so he ended up pulling up or whatever. When he pulled up, I went outside and we just talking and stuff like that. Like, it was just cool. Like, it was whatever. So we talking. He just like, yeah, I'm sorry. You know, apologize for the bullshit. I really didn't care. And we was pretty much just catching up. So I'm just like, I didn't even bring up the Vegas situation. Like, I didn't bring it up at all, because I'm just thinking like, oh my God. And I was going to call Millie when he hit me up, but then I was like, I'm going to wait till after he pull up so I can have more to tell her. So I'm going to wait to call her, and I'm going to ask her what happened in Vegas. So I didn't bring up the Vegas situation, nothing. We talking, everything is cool, right? Cool. So it was a point where I was finna go in the house, but y'all already know, everybody know the key to my heart, tacos. So he was just like, you hungry? Like, you want to go get some tacos? So I'm like, okay, like, you know, so we get some tacos or whatever. And when we went to the taco truck, like, how he parked his car, it was like, well, not really. It was just facing the opposite way of the taco truck. So when I got my tacos, I took a picture on Snapchat with my tacos in my hand, because mind y'all, I don't post, well, at that time I was really big on Snap, like really not big on Snap, I wasn't popular on Snap, but I post a lot on Snapchat. So I posted a picture with the tacos in my hand like this, but you could see his car. Like, my thing is, it's not like no wrap or nothing on the car like that. Like, it wasn't no special car, but it's just like, if you know his car and you know, like, if you see, like, if my friends was to see that car on my Snap or something like that, they gonna know, like, okay, I know who you with, like, you know. But mind y'all, when I took the picture, I promise y'all, I was not trying to get that picture, like, the car. I wasn't thinking, like, I literally just posted my tacos and posted a picture, and the car just so happened to be in the background. So I'm just like, okay, like, you know, whatever. So we chilling, we still talking and all this. Mind y'all, we talking, and everything was cool, just normal. We just laughing, joking and shit like we used to do. So he over here, he telling me like, you know how niggas be, can I one last time, you know? And it's just like, yes. No, I'm just kidding. I was just like, no. No, because at this time he was telling me too, like, him and Sunshine had broke up, because I'm just like, you probably still with Sunshine, like, don't break, I'm not going through this with you, like, you can't apologize, that's cool, that's it. So he was like, no, I'm not with her. He was telling me, like, after this nigga gonna tell me, which I feel like it was probably true, because I didn't see him with her, or I mean, that doesn't even matter. But anyway, so he told me like, I broke up with her. He was like, after I cut things off with you, I feel like I'm so close, but he was like, after I cut things off with you, he was like, I realized I cut things off with her too. He was like, and I just told her, like, you know, like, we been through, basically he was saying some bullshit like they been through so much and she deserves to be loved correctly, and there's no point of them to keep trying to fix something that's broke. Some shit he probably learned in jail, I don't fucking know, but he basically said that's what he said to her, and she moved on with her life. And he was like, yeah, and you know, she's doing good, but you know, we don't talk. He just gave me the 411 on her, and I'm just like, nigga, I don't care. So he was like, yeah, but we're not together, not nothing like this, da 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 da, but all this other stuff, you know, whatever. So mind y'all, I just want to include this in here because it's gonna make sense. So he's telling me, like, when we get back to my house, like, I was ready to go in the house. I was finna leave, like, go in the house again because I got my food, I'm cool now, like, you know, you apologize, high five, goodbye. So he kept begging me, like, this is very important details because I'm gonna bring this up again in the story. He kept begging me to, you know, eat it. So he was like, just one last time, just let me, I don't want to do nothing else, just da da da. So I was like, nah, like, I was cool because I'm just thinking, like, bro, you ain't seen or heard from me in so long. And mind y'all, on Instagram, I wasn't really, I posted, I was gonna say his name, I posted crazy when he got out, but then after that I wasn't really posting him. Like, I would post like a shoulder, a leg, and shit like that, and I'm gonna tell y'all about that part too because it's just like a whole big mess. So anyway, I wasn't really posting him, but mind you, I just felt like you're really a dirty man because it's like, you see I be with somebody, but you feel like you're on asking me, can you eat it? Like, why would you want to put your mouth on somebody you don't know where they've been? Like, that's so fucking weird to me. Like, that's just nasty. It's just giving you put your mouth on any and everybody, and I don't want whatever you trying to pass out. So I was just like, nah, like, you know, whatever. So he was just like, yeah, but we still gotta kick it as friends and shit. Like, we still gotta be cool. So it was just like, whatever. So I ended up going to the house, boom. So at this point, I'm hitting up Millie. I'm like, Millie, guess what? You would never guess who I was just with. Like, I got so much shit to tell you. Like, you know. So she not replying. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe she got work in the morning because we was hanging out for like 2 hours in the car. So he came at like 9, so it's probably like 12 o'clock. Like, I don't know how long we was hanging out, but we was hanging out for a long time. So my thing is, when I was talking about, remember when I was talking about like the posting, you know, when you don't post the person face, like no face, no case pictures. Yeah, I just wanted to touch back on that before I forget. But yeah, so with the no face, no case pictures, it's crazy because y'all, why I end up finding out, like, probably after the second time, like, the whole time I was talking to Goofy, I did not know. So I have this cousin, me and the cousin, she don't need no name because it really don't matter, but I just gotta throw this in here because it's funny to me. So me and the cousin, we cousins by marriage or whatever. So we don't really even see each other, we don't talk, we just got each other on Instagram. We see each other probably once a year or at an event and really talk, or probably like sometimes we run into each other. For some reason I'll be running into her a lot in stores and shit. So anyway, we not really like close of cousins, but we see each other, we talk, you know, it's whatever like that. We follow each other on social media, react to each story, congrats here and there, you know, whatever. So when I first started posting like my no face, no case pictures, because like back then, like I said, I was childish as hell and I used to post all my business on social media. Like if I'm getting into it crazy, I'm posting it. Everybody knew every fucking thing about me, which I'm not that person no more, like at all. So when I was posting like no face, no case pictures, it kind of would seem like I was talking to somebody else because I just didn't want, like, at that point it was like, yeah, I am dumb, but I didn't want everybody to know I was dumb and still talking to this person that I repeatedly talked bad about on social media. So I would post like no face, no case pictures. And then also it was because it was so much drama with Bimbo and other girls. So it was like, I'm not about to post this nigga face. And I know y'all probably think like, why would y'all posting anything about him? Because sometimes I like to just shake the table, because back then I like drama too. Now I don't like drama. I avoid drama at all costs, but back then I liked it and I used to like to shake the table a little bit. So yeah, so I post no face, no case. So anyway, like after the second time of me posting like pictures like that of crazy, my cousin, she would hit me up. Like she would always hit me up. The first time she would hit me up, and after the second time she hit me up and asked me, because she'd be like, ooh, cousin, who is that? New man? Who is that? And I was just like, my man. Like, you know, I'm not really saying much because it's like, girl. But yeah, and I'm happy I didn't, because after the second time she asked me, it was probably like 2 days later, and she had posted like a big ass girls night picture. They all had matching pajamas. And guess who was in the picture? And one is her close ass BFF, Sunshine. So I was just like, wait, you asking me who this is because you want to know if it's Goofy because Sunshine is your homegirl? Like, it was just crazy. Like, you know, I think that's why she was asking me, because it's like you wasn't reacting to stories any other time, so why are you asking me who is this in my pictures? Like, it was giving very much messy. But that's her homegirl, her best friend, so maybe that's, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. Anyway, back to this fast forward part that night. So anyway, so Millie didn't reply to me when I text her. So Stank is hitting me up and she was like, bitch, call me when you get in the house. So I call her, like, you know, because Millie ain't answering. I wanted to know what happened, so I called Stank. So I'm just like, hey girl, like, she like, bitch, I know exactly who the fuck you was with. Tell me you not falling for that shit again. So I'm just like, how you know who I was with? Because mind you, I didn't tell nobody because I didn't want nobody to know that I was letting him pull up on me after everything that happened. Like, what? So I told her, she like, bitch, I know exactly who you was with. So I'm like, how do you know who I was with? She was like, from your Snapchat. She was like, bitch, I seen the car with the tacos. She was and so I'm just like, oh shit, like I didn't pay attention to that, but it's already been up for like 2 hours now. So I'm just like, fuck it, it's just gonna stay up. So she was like, yeah girl, I see you was with him, so tell me what happened. So I'm telling her what happened and shit like that, and I'm like, I think my name came up when he was in Vegas or something with Millie, but I'm like, I haven't talked to Millie, so I don't know. I'm like, I try to hit her up, but she not answering. So she was like, oh yeah, that remind me. She was like, who the fuck is Millie getting into it with? So I'm like, Millie getting into it with somebody? She was like, girl, on Snap she was posting so much stuff talking about she gonna come to LA and beat bitches up. Bitches always wanna fuck with her nigga, da 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 da. Bitches is weird, you can't trust bitches. So I'm like, wait, who is Millie getting into it with? But mind you, she didn't reply to my first text, so I'm not about to blow her up about this, you know. But I'm like, oh, I'm for sure gonna talk to my girl, because you talking about something, you gotta come to LA and fight bitches. So let me know who we gonna pull up on, like, you know, let me know. So I'm just like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Mind y'all, Millie used to fuck with this nigga that I went to school with, and he was like a hoe. Like, he fucked with any and everybody. So I'm thinking Millie is, but she was on and off talking to him from like years. So, but it wasn't her man, it was just somebody she was talking to. So I'm thinking she talking about him. I'm like, damn, it's gotta be him. Like, he probably was talking to somebody she know. I'm just like, man, I don't know why she didn't let that go. So we just really talking about the situation. I'm like, damn, I really want to know, like, but she ain't replying. So she was like, girl, that's crazy, like, you know, that's weird. So I'm just like, whatever. So I'm just like, I'm gonna hit her on Snap. Even though I text her phone, I'm like, I'm gonna hit her on Snap too. So I replied to one of her posts on Snap about like bitches. So I'm just like, sis, let me know who we gotta pull up on when you come out here, because she was like she was gonna come to LA this weekend, right? So next thing you know, I'm still on Snap. I'm getting messages from like other people, because I'm taking pictures of my damn self in my room, and I'm getting messages from people. When I go over to the side, I notice Millie opened my message. Millie opened my message and left me on scene, y'all. So I'm just like, why did Millie leave me on scene? She didn't reply to my text. She left me on scene. So I'm just thinking like, maybe she getting into it in the moment and she ain't got time to reply. So I'm telling Stank like, maybe it's that. She was like, girl, call her. Just try to call her real quick on three-way. So I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna call her. I'm like, I want to tell her what happened. Plus I want to know what happened in Vegas. Like, why is it that Goofy hitting me up? I try to call her, no answer. So I'm just like, it must be something going on. Mind you, at this point it's probably like 12:01 in the morning. So I'm like, I'm gonna just hit her tomorrow. It's probably just a lot going on, right? Tomorrow comes, Millie still ain't hit me back. Still have not hit me back. So I hit her up and I was just like, sis, you good? Like, I seen you was getting into it with somebody. Like, you good? So I'm just like, you good, sis? Like, what's going on? No reply. She did not text me back. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna wait till her lunch break. She's gonna call me. You know, Millie's gonna call me, because I'm just thinking like, what the fuck is going on? Which is weird. I'm like, I ain't talked to Millie since last week. Usually me and Millie talk every day. Like, the last time we talked was that Friday when they were supposed to, when Goofy and his homeboy, I was gonna say his name, Goofy and his homeboys were supposed to go to Vegas. Like, you know, and I remember she told me that she was talking to his one homeboy through DM, and she said she was gonna link with them. So I'm just like, what the fuck happened? Mind y'all, I didn't want to mention Vegas to Goofy at all, because I'm thinking like my name clearly came up, but I don't want him to think I'm just worried or talking about him. Like, I don't know what was said yet. So, right? Whatever. So next thing you know, it's later in the day. Guess who don't call me? Millie. She still ain't call me. So my sister ended up hitting me up, and she was just like, bitch, what's going on? So I'm like, what do you mean what's going on? She's like, what's going on with Millie? So I'm like, what do you mean what's going on with her? She was like, I hit her up, like, you know, like, what happened when I seen she was posting shit on Instagram on her story. She was like, and when I hit her up, she put crying laughing faces and she blocked me. So I said, wait, what? Mind y'all, I didn't see Millie posting on Instagram. So I'm like, I didn't even see her posting on Instagram. I seen her posting on Snap. I'm like, I hit her up, but she left me on scene. I'm like, she didn't reply. I'm like, it's probably just a lot going on. She's like, no, but bitch, she blocked me. I'm like, maybe you tripping. Maybe she just deleted her Instagram. I'm like, let me check. So I go to my Instagram. I try to type Millie name in. Guess who I don't see? Millie. I'm like, nah, she deleted her Instagram because I don't see her Instagram. So she's like, bitch, that's because she probably blocked you too. So I'm just like, check from your business page. She checked from her business page. She's like, yep. She screenshot, sent it to me. Here's Millie's page. So I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on? So now I'm thinking, because mind y'all, I've never in my life mentioned Millie to Goofy ever. Even when we used to talk back in the day. Even when me and Millie used to talk back. I mean, even when me and Goofy used to talk, like, before we stopped talking, I've never mentioned Millie. She's never been around him. Never. Only person that been around him was, like, Stank and a few other of my friends. So, Millie was never one of the people. So, I never mentioned Millie to him. Didn't mention her that night. So, I'm thinking, like, what could she block me for? Like, it's not that he couldn't have went to Vegas and was talking shit about me to her and saying I said anything, because he don't even know. Well, he knows she exists as my friend because I got pictures with her. I would tag her a lot on my story. Like, it would be a lot of times because me, her, and my sister used to hang out too, or like me and her and my other friends. So I would post throwbacks, tag her. Like, he's seen that that's my friend. Like, he knows that's my friend. We're under each other's posts, but I've never mentioned him to her. So I'm just thinking, I mean, I've never mentioned her to him. So I'm just thinking, like, why would Millie block me? Like, what the fuck? This is weird. So I text her and I'm just like, sis, call me when you get a chance. Like, what's going on? Did I do something to you? Y'all, guess who don't reply? Millie. She does not reply. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I see her on Snap. She's posting on Snap and all that. So I'm just like, she's posting on Snap. She's not replying to me. She blocked me on Instagram. She's gonna come fight bitches in LA. What happened? So now I'm thinking, because remember I told y'all she was close with Crazy Baby Mama. So now I'm thinking, like, wait. And then remember Crazy had just told me about the situation that had just brung up Goofy out of the blue. So I'm thinking, like, hold up. Was Crazy pillow talking with his baby mama? And now I'm starting to think, I'm like, wait. And then I was kind of right, y'all. I was right because I'm like, hold on. Was Millie telling Crazy's baby mama about Goofy, like telling them like, oh, they coming out here, this is how I know him, Symone used to talk to him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and then she tells baby mama something, and I'm like, and maybe something somewhere somebody's saying I said something where I didn't say nothing, because why would I tell Crazy like, oh yeah, I just plugged Millie with one of Goofy homeboys, you know, Goofy the nigga you be stalking now, because, no, I'm just kidding, you know, like, I never mentioned none of these people to him. So I'm just thinking, like, what the fuck? I'm really trying to figure it out, put two and two together. At this point, I'm ready to hit the baby mama up like, bitch, what did you say about, like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm so lost. Y'all, I'm lost as fuck. And mind y'all, let me just, oh, I forgot to mention that when Goofy pulled up on me that night, remember I told you it was like a Tuesday after the whole Vegas thing, when he pulled up on me that night, he told me like, don't trust your friends. Like, he was like, you have a big heart and you too nice. He was all like, basically he didn't say like don't trust your friends, but kind of like that. He was just like, you have a big heart and you too nice. And he was all like, you need to realize that some of your friends is your biggest enemies. And I was just like, who are you talking about? You know, because at this point I'm thinking he talking about Rap, because at that point, a dummy again, me and Rat, we was cordial. We wasn't close like we was. And that same year, me and Rat ended up really falling out. But me and Rat wasn't close as we was, but we was cordial. Like you would see, we followed each other again. She under my post. Sometimes I'm probably under her post or whatever like that. So I'm thinking he's talking about Rat. So also I told him, I was just like, you talking about Rat? Like, cause I already know what's up. I know how to deal with people. And he just like, nah, I'm not talking about Rat. So I was like, who are you talking about? He would not tell me who he was talking about that night. So now I'm sitting here, I'm trying to think. And it made me want to hit him up, because I started thinking back to what he said that night. And I'm thinking like, wait, could he be talking about Millie? Because only other friends that he know, I'm pretty sure my friends is not reaching out to him. He knows Stank, like he know other people, even though I know how Stank get down. But y'all, me and Stank fell out that year too. Wow. But even though I know how Stank get down, I'm not thinking it's Stank. Like, at this point, I never thought Stank would do. Stank did some shit when we fell out. Like, she did some shit, whatever. Like, all these bitches do. They always want to try to fuck with a nigga. And it just be like, you know what? At that point, that's not this story. But anyway. But I'm like, at that point, I didn't think Stank was like that. So I'm like, it ain't Stank. It ain't this person. I'm like, okay, Millie did come up recently with Goofy. So I'm like, where do Millie and Goofy connect? Like, what happened in Vegas? So now I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because why is Millie being weird to me? So next thing you know, I'm just chilling. She ain't replying. So I'm like, I'm about to blow this bitch phone up. I'll figure it out. She probably mad about something. She'll come around. I'm chilling. Stank is blowing my phone up. She texts me like, bitch, oh my god. Right when I was gonna reply, she's calling me. My phone is just going up. She's calling me. So I answer. I'm just like, girl, what happened? Like, what's up? She's like, bitch, go on Snapchat. Go on Snapchat right now. Go on Millie's Snapchat. So I'm like, what the fuck is on her Snapchat? Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm pulling my hair. I'm like, oh my god, like, what's on there? So I'm just like nervous, you know, like, did she post like why she's mad at me? So I'm going on there. She's like, bitch, you would not, what the fuck is going on? Are you there? Did you see it yet? So I'm like, what is it? She's like, no, bitch, you gotta see this for yourself. So I'm like, whoa my god, let me go. So I went, and mind y'all, she never blocked me on Snap. I go to her Snap. This bitch This bitch Millie, mind y'all, every time I used to talk to my homegirls and shit like that, because that was my first time really kind of talking to like a blood or whatever. Like I probably talked to him before, but not really like how I talked to him. Like, and I haven't again after that. But y'all, so I used to always tell my friends, I used to tell all of them, I used to be like, the bloods do it better, right? I used to just say that, like, just, you know, kiki, laugh, whatever. So I go to her Snapchat. Millie poses a picture of Goofy. Mind you, it was a picture like he had posted on his page probably like that same day, and he was getting a lot of likes and shit on it. Like he was like looking nice or whatever. So she posted a picture of Goofy and she was like, the bloods most definitely do it better. Mind y'all, he posted group pictures that day too. And so I'm just thinking like, hold the fuck up. My fucking heart dropped to my ass, y'all. Not even to my stomach. It went past my stomach, dropped to my ass, and probably fell out the fucking floor. Y'all, not saying I have a loose booty or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, y'all, I was like, what the fuck? The what? So I'm thinking like, what the fuck happened in Vegas? Now I'm hot. I'm hot because I'm just like, no, the fuck this bitch didn't. So I'm on the phone I said, bitch, what the fuck is going on? She was like, girl, right, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is, where have you talked to her? I'm like, no. So I'm mad. I'm shaking, texting, like shaking bad. I text her, I said, bitch, what the fuck is you doing? Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what? Like, bitch, what? So she was just like laughing my ass off. Bitch, you're weird as fuck. Don't text my phone. I'm weird? Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. I'm weird? I'm weird? Oh yeah, let me just rewind back. I forgot to mention this. So before they went to Vegas that Friday when I had talked to her, I was all like, I really don't care, but I'm like, let me know if Goofy there. And she was just like, oh, okay, I really don't remember what he looks like. Like, mind y'all, that's what she said the last time I talked to her that Friday. So mind y'all, like this point it's like Wednesday. So I remember she had told me like, I really don't remember what he looked like, but I'll let you know because if I hear that name, right? Fast forward back Wednesday. Now all of a sudden he do it better. Mind y'all, this is my friend. I used to hang out with her damn near every day until she moved to Vegas. I hung out with her every day. I talked to her on the phone every day. I've seen you pictures of him. I've showed you his Instagram. You've seen Sunshine. You've seen this. Excuse me. You know what color draws this man had on the first time we linked. You've seen this man. The picture I posted on Snapchat. You've seen this man. You've seen this man. I could send a picture, mind y'all. My sister had never met Goofy in person. I could send a picture to her right now. She gonna be like, why you sending me a picture of Goofy? If you was my friend like that, I'm gonna send you. Because why? For her, because we talk every day. But even if my friends that we don't talk every day or we just cool close or whatever, it's a small ass world in LA. It's a small world. These niggas get the fuck around. So if you my friend, you my dog, I'm gonna show you like, girl, you know him? Because I'm not trying to fuck with a nigga and then come to find out my homegirl fuck with him too. And it's a story I got about that too that happened, not with him, but it was somebody else. And I'll tell y'all that another day. But y'all, so I'm gonna show my friends because it's like, these niggas like, be talking to everybody, you know, and of course they probably don't know y'all friends. Of course, if you meet somebody in person, they ain't gonna know who your whole friend group is. So I would want to know, like, if I just meet somebody or I'm just talking to somebody, I'm gonna show my friends, like, do y'all know who this is? Because I don't want to get close to a nigga and next you know my friend be like, bitch, that is my secret husband. And I'd be like, me and your secret husband did some things, girl, like, you know. So I make that clear. Millie, you knew what the fuck this nigga looked like. So I'm just like, hold the fuck up. So I was like, Millie, call me right now. Like, you know, I'm too fucking shook up to text. Like, we cannot text. Like, what is going on? So I'm like, Millie, call me right now. Like, call me. So she was just like laughing at myself, bitch, I'll see you when I come to LA. So I'm just like, bitch, at this point, hold the fuck up. So I'm like, why the fuck are you posting Goofy? I said, bitch, I gave you his homie's Instagram so you could link with them, not my nigga. You know, even though he's not my nigga, though, but he was my nigga. Remember, we dated for like a day or two. But y'all, you know what I mean, y'all? Either way it go, we dealt with each other for a period of time and you knew this. So I vented to you about him. Like, I even cried once about him to you because I'm emotional as hell, y'all. I be crying about everything. But y'all, so I'm just thinking like, no, the fuck she didn't. Like, how you just say, you did say that one got a good head on his shoulders, but I'd rather go with the one you got. I'm just like, what? So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on, y'all? Like, what is going on? So I ended up hitting up Goofy. Like, I'm hitting up Goofy through DM because, mind y'all, even though he had pulled up that night, like, I had deleted his number and all that. So we wasn't talking through numbers. Like, we was talking through DMs at this point again. So at this point, I hit up Goofy and I was just like, bitch, you are weird as fuck. Like, oh my God. Like, see, let me tell y'all, when it came down later in life, when a situation like this happened, I didn't even reach out to the person because I was like, you know what? That's the past. You leave shit in the past. That was me. But this is me back then. So now I'm turned up. Back then. Not now. Now I'll be like, fuck them. They crossed you. It's all good. Karma will get them. But anyway, at this point, so I'm just like, bitch, you're weird as fuck. You literally just pulled up on me the other night. I said when you knew you was fucking on my homegirl. I just went straight to y'all fucking. Because why is she posting? You talking about y'all do it better. Like, unless she got the dick. Like, you wouldn't know they do it better. Unless, well, when I said that, I wasn't talking about, like, sexually or whatever. But I'm assuming she's talking sexually. Like, why are you saying they do it better? Most definitely. Unless you fucked them. Why are you posting a nigga? Like, y'all. Anyway. So I'm just like, yeah, like, you know, I'm talking to him like, you're weird as fuck. And he was just like, Symone, what are you talking about? So I said, don't fucking play stupid with me. I said, Millie is posting you like, you clearly fucked my homegirl. Like, you're weird as fuck. Da-da-da-da. When you was in Vegas, you fucked her. All this other shit like that. It was just like, Symone, first of all, you already have a nigga. Yeah, no, he did not. No, he did not. So I'm just thinking like, no, this bitch didn't just tell me what the fuck I got. So that make it okay? So I'm like, bro, out of all the bitches in LA, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, mind you, we're not talking. You hit me up to apologize to me knowing that you talking to my homegirl now. That's weird as fuck. Like, you know, I'm like, out of all the people in LA, you choose to talk to my homegirl. Like, you're weird. I'm like, this city is big as fuck and you choose to talk to my homegirl. He gonna say, first of all, she don't even live in LA. Y'all, when I was just like, this nigga's a weirdo, I was so hot, y'all. I was hot because I'm just like, no, this bitch is not talking to me like this. Something like, I don't know what these two motherfuckers done stirred up to turn on me, but the pot ain't potting. So I'm just so annoyed. I was just like, bitch, don't you ever hit my line ever again. You know, I'm talking about don't hit my line ever again. Don't this, that, and the third. He's like, Symone, we're talking on DM. Bitch, we're still hitting my phone. I don't care if we're talking on DM, on Sims chat. I don't give a fuck, ho. Like, it was just so annoying because it's like, why are you being so technical? Like, why are you being technical as fuck? Talking about she don't live in LA. We already have a man. I'm not even on your line. I'm on your DM. Bitch. So I was so annoyed. So I'm hitting Millie up and I was just like, bitch, you're weird as fuck. Like, that's crazy. You know, da-da-da-da. And she was like, bitch, at the end of the day, you don't fuck with him. You got a nigga. She's like, don't you fuck with crazy. So why are you worried about who he fucking with now? Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, where the fuck this come from? This is not Millie. This can't be her. Like, y'all, I was just so shocked. I'm like, this can't be her. Why is she getting at me like this over a nigga? Oh, what happened in Vegas? What the fuck? That nigga wrapped gold flakes around his dick and stuck it in you. Like, why are you acting like this? Did he put period blood in your spaghetti? Like, what is going on, y'all? I was so confused. Like, why is she acting like this over this nigga? Like, this is weird. Like, we'd not fall out, nothing. So I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, you would really turn on your dog over a nigga? It's like, you would really turn on your dog over a nigga? And she just like, laughing myself. You fake as fuck. She's like, at the end of the day, you don't fuck with him no more. So why are you worried? Like, she basically was telling me, like, why am I worried about what the fuck she got going on? Stop hitting her phone. If I want to fight, I'll see her. Don't ever be around him again. Just basically saying a whole bunch of shit. And I'm just sitting there confusion. Y'all, I was on the phone with Stank like, bitch, you would never believe what this bitch is texting me. And she's just like, girl, what the fuck happened in Vegas? Now I really want to know. So I'm just like hitting him and I'm just like, nigga, what the fuck happened in Vegas? Like, this is weird as fuck. And he was like, I thought you said don't hit you up no more. Y'all. But at this point, I know I said that, but I want to know what happened. So, y'all, he didn't tell me what happened. Long story short, he did not tell me what happened. So, I was just so fucking pissed. Like, I was so mad. So, mind y'all, she's subbing me like fuck on Snapchat. She's subbing me on Snapchat because she got me blocked on Instagram. So, I don't know what she's doing over there. She's subbing me on Snapchat. So, I had posted on Snapchat. Y'all, I posted on Snapchat and I was just like, I tagged her and I was like, Millie, you're weird as fuck. Like, you know, like, I tagged her but you know, of course they don't like tag actually, but I was just like, Millie, you weird as fuck. I said, you would really cross your homegirl over a nigga I vented to you about? I was like, that's crazy. Like, you know, and then I put that shit, I screenshot it, put it on my IG story. So when I put it on my IG story, he hit me up and he was just like, hey, you doing too much. Like, mind you, I didn't say his name at all because it's like, what's the point of me saying it? So he was like, you're doing too much. You shouldn't even let people get to you like that. Why are you putting all your business on the internet? why are you talking to me? I thought I told you don't talk to me, and I thought you confirmed that you weren't gonna talk to me. Like, why are you talking to me? So I'm just like, what the fuck? So I guess when I put the business out there, mind you, she's subbing me like fuck, but when I actually write your name, oh, it's an issue, because now people we know that know us both know, like know the both of us is hitting us up like, what the fuck going on? So I'm just like, oh, it's an issue now. So she hitting me up like, you're weird as fuck to put our business out on the internet. If anything, you could have reached out to me. Bitch, I've been reaching out to you for days. Like, what is you talking about? So she's telling me how that's wrong. Like, I'm putting a business on the internet. I don't gotta worry about her no more. I'm fake. I'm fake because, mind y'all, I was fake because I put our business on Instagram. Because I wrote her name and said what happened. And now people is hitting us up asking what happened. And it's not making no sense because, y'all, when I found out what happened, which didn't happen, it didn't make no fucking sense for her to act like this over this whole situation, which... Y'all, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Oosa. So anyway, so time go by, and I was just like, this is weird. I haven't talked to Millie. I'm still just hyped up about it. It took me like a week or two to get over shit. Not even gonna lie. I'm gonna talk about it every fucking day for a week or two. Like a week or two straight. I'm gonna talk about it every day. I'm gonna keep telling people, sorry, not to bring this up again, but da-da-da-da. And then after that, by the third week, it's out of my mind. I'm over it. I don't care no more. But until then, I'm gonna get on whoever's listening nerves and talk about the shit for a week or two. So I was like really just talking about it. Mind you, it's like some weeks go by. I didn't talk to her. I'm still blocked. She blocked everybody. She blocked Stank on Instagram. She blocked all of us on Instagram, but she never blocked us on Snap. Mind you, I'm not viewing her snaps no more because I'm just like, you know what, I'm over it. Like, we're not talking. She didn't ever come to LA, which I don't know if she did or not. She didn't hit me up. So I ain't talked to him, but I still got him on Instagram. I know y'all probably thinking like, bitch, you don't believe in blocking people on Instagram? No, I don't know why. Well, it depends. I don't know why I didn't block him. But anyway, or unfollow him. So we just like... whatever. So it was just like whatever. So one day I was outside, right? I'm outside and I'm like on my street, like just outside chilling, like by my car. I didn't want to be in a house. I'm just chilling in my car, and my car was parked on the street. So I kind of got the door open, whatever, and I'm just like on the phone. So next thing you know, like, you know, people passing by. I'm not really paying attention to the cars that's passing by. And I know y'all probably thinking, where was Crazy and all this? Remember, like I said, me and Crazy was going through a lot of shit. So sometimes we would be together, we wouldn't be together. Sometimes we would talk for a while. He would disappear. We wouldn't talk for a long time. Maybe sometimes he's stalking me. Maybe sometimes he's not. Like, you know, it was just a lot. So at this point, we was kind of talking, but not really. But... not really. We was, but we wasn't, because it was a time like after that situation where I went to his house and I'm mad about them, and I'm over here in your face, and it's like everything you doing is getting on my nerves now, because it's like I can't tell you what happened, like, you know, but neither here nor there. So, but he probably already knew anyway, because remember when I told y'all he did find out. Like, how he found out about Goofy is because Millie told his baby mama, knew, and she would go back and tell him. So that's how he found out and had the Instagram. But whatever, anyway. So I'm in my car, I'm just chilling, whatever, cars pass by, whatever. So next thing you know, I'm just scrolling through Instagram, and I get a DM, and it's from Goofy. So Goofy DM me, and he's just like, I was at the mall today and I thought about you. I'm just thinking, like, this gotta be, for some reason, I deal with niggas who feel like, let me play on her top. Let me act like nothing just happened. Let me talk to you regular. Like, I didn't just do some weird ass shit and didn't explain nothing to you. Like, let me just play on this girl top. Let me do that for some reason. I don't know. So he just hit me and was like, I was at the mall and I thought about you today. So I said, I don't give a fuck what you was doing today. Don't ever think about me. Like, you know, I'm just on 10. I just like, you shouldn't even reply. Don't give him that energy. Like, you know, but I'm just like, fuck him. Fuck whatever he's at the mall doing. Fuck all that. He's like, I see you at home. I just passed by your house anyway when I was going home. Cause mind you, like I said, the nigga lived right around the corner. So he's like, I'm finna pull back up. So I was telling my sister, like, oh my God, girl, he's about to pull up. She's like, bitch, just go in the house. I said, he's just gonna pull up. I know y'all probably thinking like, bitch, what? What do you mean he's just gonna pull up, y'all? So I just was curious. Like, he pulled up or whatever, and I was like, girl, I'm gonna call you back. He pulled up. Bye. Like, click, beep, because I don't want her to hear me talking about something. But why would you do this to me? You know, I'm just kidding. So he pulled up. He talking to me, and I didn't get in the car. He just like parked right there, and he just like talking to me or whatever. We talking. He was like, Symone, like, you mad at me? And I was just like, why would I not be mad at you? Like, I'm like, you talk to my homegirl, right? You talk to Millie, right? And he's like, I'll go then. I was gonna tell you everything, like I was gonna explain everything that happened, but if you want to be mad, to go in the house. So I was all like, no, tell me what happened. You know, even though I could have just left it alone and left my imagination to think whatever, I'm like, nah, I really want to know. So he like, get in the car. Like, I don't want to just be parked right here. Like, he just like, get in the car, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Like, you know, so me wanting to know, because I could have just went and let my imagination run wild, but I wanted to know what happened. So I'm like, all right. So he pulled over to the side, like he pulled behind my car, and I hop in the car with him. So he was just staring at me. He just started smiling. He was just like, you really mad? And I was just like, yo, look, I'm finna go in the house. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, tell me what happened, or I'm gonna go in the house. Like, I'm not about to play these stupid ass games with you. Like, how did y'all end up even talking? He was like, I'm gonna tell you from the beginning. So he was like, that day when I hit you up, that's when it all started. Like, you know, that's when it started, that Monday. So I'm like, what all started Monday? He was like, so well, he was like, that's not really when it, he was like, that's not when it started, but that's kind of when it got started. He was like, so like on Saturday, he was like, I was supposed to go to Vegas. He was like, you know, I was supposed to go to Vegas those past weekends. He was like, I was supposed to go to Vegas with my homeboys. Remember? Like, did you see on my story? Like, I was supposed to go to Vegas. So I'm like, yeah, you went to Vegas, right? He's like, no, I didn't go to Vegas. He was like, them niggas went to Vegas. I didn't end up going. He was like, because I had to do some shit and my PO officer was acting weird, so I couldn't leave Friday when it was going. I wasn't trying to drive by myself. He was like, so I didn't go to Vegas with them. So he was like, so I guess she ended up hitting my homeboy up through DM and was supposed to link with him. And her homegirls and all that other shit. She said she had a homegirl for all of us, right? He was like, so we was gonna link with them. He was like, but I didn't go. He was like, so I guess them niggas still linked with them. Mind y'all, I told y'all, the one that she had hit up was the one I said he got like a good head on his shoulders. You know, he do legal things. He just got illegal friends. But y'all, so he like, yeah, so I guess she was talking to him or whatever. He's like, and he said like, you know, it was cool. He said he, you know, fucked her or whatever. He was like, and that was that. He was like, and then he said that she kept asking about me, like why I didn't come or whatever. And he was just like, you know, told him like, oh, something came up, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, so Saturday, because I guess they linked with them on Friday when they got out there. He's like, so Saturday, she ended up hitting me up and was like, why you didn't come to Vegas? Mind you, he was like, I've never talked to this girl before. Like, my homie told me that we was going to link with this girl and her homegirls. I don't know what her homegirls look like, nothing. Like, I've never talked to her, didn't have her on Instagram. He just told me that. So I'm like, okay, like, where's this going? So he's like, so she hit me up on DM. She's like, well, I didn't come to Vegas, da 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 da, all this other shit. So I'm like, I told her like, oh, cause something came up, but like, who are you? Like, you know, he's like, even though I already knew who she was, but I'm like, who are you? He's like, and I knew this was your homegirl too. So I'm thinking like maybe you was in Vegas and you had her hit me up, like you trying to do some weird shit. He's like, so she ended up hitting me up and we talking. So I'm just like, did Symone tell you to hit me up? And she like, he starts showing me the messages, like the DMs, and she's like saying like, what the fuck? Like, no, she's not telling me to hit you up. I'm hitting you up for me. Like, your homeboy told me like you be getting money. I'm trying to get money with you. Why would his homeboy tell you that? That didn't even make sense. So he was like, I called my homeboy like, what? You told this bitch she could get money with me? Like, what are you talking about? So he like, yeah. So he was like, I'm like, what the fuck? So she was like, call me. And she put her number. He was like, and I was hesitant. I didn't call her. He's like, I didn't call her until like a few hours later because I'm like, what the fuck? I talked to my homeboy. He like, I did not tell her that. He was like, them bitches is trying to, I'm trying to see, can I say the word? He's like, them bitches is, he was like, they trying to, So he was like, they're trying to hoe y'all, like, you know, I'm saying real fast. So YouTube don't be like, girl, what? But this story long, they probably not catch that. Hopefully not. But anyway, so yeah, he was like, that's what they trying to do. So he was like, I don't know why he sent them my way. He was like, because I don't do that shit. He was like, but one day we was kind of talking about it. He was like, so I ended up calling her. He was like, you know, when I called her, because I'm still thinking you got something to do with this, like y'all being on some weird shit. He said, so I called her when I was talking to her, you know, basically she was telling me like she trying to get money with me and I don't fly, and she already had the homeboy, like, you know, she already, you know, they did what they did. She was like, and she want to try me. She heard that I do it better, and she heard I get to the money, da da da. Mind you, I've never told this girl that this nigga was a pimp. He was not a pimp. Like, he was not doing that type of shit. So I'm just thinking like, why would she tell you? Mind you, he had homeboys who did shit like that. So I'm like, well, why would she hit you up on that shit and not like one of your other friends? So he was like, I don't know. My homeboy told me like, I did not tell that bitch you get money and shit. Like, I didn't not tell her that. Like, I don't know what she talking about. So he's like, yeah. So when I called her, I realized like she was serious. He was like, so I mean, I ain't never did no shit like that before, but you know, why not get some money with a bitch if she trying to get some money with you? So I'm just like, but she's my friend. You knew she was my friend. He was like, okay. And me and you wasn't talking at that point because this is before he had hit me like before he hit me up. He was like, this is like that Saturday. He was like, so come by Monday. He was all like, we haven't, like, she was hitting me up Sunday and shit like that. We talking, you know, she telling me this, that, and the third. She's like, come to Vegas. She got a spot for me to stay at. He was like, she was just saying all this on Monday and all this other stuff. He was like, so I thought it was still kind of weird. He was like, but I was down to get some money with her. And, you know, she telling me, cause I told her, like, you know, I'm not on that type of, like, I'm not on that timing, but if you want to get money, we get money. And, you know, she making it sound good. And he was like, and I just got out. So it's like, why not try a different way to get some money? If it, you know, he's just saying all this shit to me. And I'm just sitting here like, he was like, so yeah, he was like, so I still was thinking it was kind of weird because she telling me like, come to Vegas this weekend. We gonna get to a bag. Like, you can stay at my house. Like, you don't even gotta, you could fly out here. I could pick you up. You could drive my car. Like, she was saying all this stuff by Monday. He was like, so that's why I hit you up so that I could see you and see like your vibe. He was like, because I could tell, like, I know you would have never been able to keep that in. You would have said something. So I was trying to see like if you was gonna say something. He was like, so when I seen you Monday and you didn't mention it, he was like, I just was like, okay, it must be real. Like, you know, she must be serious. So I was just like, that's weird as fuck. I'm like, so if one of your homeboys would have hit me up the whole time we wasn't talking and said something to me, you would have been okay with that? He was like, if you wanted to talk to them. So I'm like, but you was begging to eat my, you know, and I even mentioned that to her too. I'm like, when we was getting into it, because she was like saying a whole bunch of shit to me. Like, you know, like she was saying a whole bunch of shit. Like, she was bringing up crazy. She was bringing up so much shit and was arguing. Like, she was throwing shit in my face that I've been into her about. And it was just like, wow. So he was like, okay. And he was like, when I realized that you didn't know what was going on, I'm just like, shit, one last time. Because when you find out, you ain't gonna want to fuck with me ever again. Yo. And I'm just like, what? Like, this is weird. So I'm like, so did you go to Vegas to go see her? Like, even though it's like, why should I care? He was like, nah, I didn't go to Vegas to go see her. He was like, the more she was talking about it, like, the more she was talking about it, he was like, she just seemed like on some weird shit. She seemed too thirsty, too pressed. Like, you know, he was like, and then when y'all got into it, like, she was doing too much. She was like, she was telling me like all your business and shit. He was like, and I just felt like it was too messy. So I didn't want to deal with that shit. Like, I don't want to deal with that. So I just told her like, I'm good. So I ain't even talked to her. Like, you know, so I was just like, you know, I'm thinking he could be lying or whatever. Like, he's like, nah, for real. Like, I have not talked to her. Like, I could show you my call log. I'm like, you probably deleted this shit. But he like, nah, I really ain't talked to her. Like, after that, she was just too pressed and too messy. He was like, you can't trust bitches. So it could be a setup. Like, you keep talking about I'm getting money, I'm fly, I'm this, I'm that. He's like, it could be a setup. Like, I could go to Vegas and she got some niggas rob me. Like, you know, he's like, I just wasn't thinking. So I'm like, so you wouldn't have not talked to her because you claim you love me and you care about how you hurt my feelings. And that was my friend. But you wouldn't talk to her because she was too thirsty to talk to you. So I'm just like, okay, this nigga. So I was just like, yeah, you know what? It's cool. And back in my head, I'm just like, I would never talk to him again. This nigga would never see my face again. But y'all, guess who's seeing my face again? It's not in this story because I don't know how long this story is. But y'all, oh my God, it was a time. So he had ended... Bitch. Okay, so let me tell y'all. He had ended up, it was like probably a month, probably like 2 months later, he went to jail. He asked me to come see him, and it's just a whole situation after that. Like, I only went to see him twice and that was it. Like, I didn't talk to him. Like, we didn't like talk after that. And then he got out, we didn't talk, and then, you know, life goes on. I've not talked to him. But like, let me just say, I know y'all probably thinking like, bitch, why after that situation when he went to jail you went and linked with him again? Like, after that whole situation, you would go see him in jail. And I know y'all probably thinking, like, somebody get the red nose. This bitch is a clown. And yes, I said, like, back then, I told y'all, I had a lot of insecurities. And yeah, back then, y'all, I used to let people run me through the mud. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I had a lot of insecurities. I had a lot going on. And, you know, I'm gonna blame them, too, because you shouldn't be treating people like that. But at the same time, I hold myself accountable, too, because I should have got my ass up and stopped putting up with a whole bunch of shit I put up with people. But, yeah... But after that situation, after the car talk, me and him did not talk again until he went to jail, y'all. Like, how dumb can I be falling for jail talk? Y'all. But anyway, we didn't talk again until he went to jail. And the only reason why me going to go see him in jail is a story time is because, y'all, I would just give y'all a quick preview. So, when he was in jail, I didn't have my license, and he was way in Wayside, and I wasn't finna drive way to Wayside with no license because I'm like, I can't risk getting put over, and my car get took, and now I'm way in fucking far as hell. So this what happened. I told him my situation. He wanted me to see him. Boom. He told me like, hey, it's this boy that I'm in jail with. His girl be giving people rides, like they random people rides, and y'all all could book y'all visit around the same time. Do you want her information? Boom. And that happened. First time it was cool. Second time it was this other people, and it was it's a long crazy ass story with that second time that I had did it. And that was the second and last time. After I didn't even talk to him no more anyway. So, you know, I stopped putting money on my phone. I stopped, you know, answering. I just didn't want to talk to him. But yeah, that's a whole different story in itself, because that situation with them random folks, why would I hop in the car with random ass people I don't fucking know? Y'all, you know what? I don't know why I do have to shout it. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of Summer Love Affair Part 5. I don't know what I would title that next one with the whole situation. You know what, since it's still about him, I could make it Part 6, y'all. But it's not really about, it's about him, but it's more about the situation with the people that he put me with, because he didn't even know these people either. So he know the man he was in jail with. He didn't know these fucking people. But yeah, I could kind of title that Summer Love Affair Part 6, and that would be the end of it, because that was the end of us ever talking or dealing with each other. But yeah, we still follow each other on Instagram, but we don't like talk ever. Like, I have no type of desire to talk. But yeah, that was it for this story, y'all. With me and Millie, y'all, me and Millie, later in life, she hit me up and apologized. And y'all, I'm so fucking stupid. Like, I'm not stupid, but okay, look, let me tell y'all. I don't know what was going on with Millie, and by the time she hit me up, I was in like she hit me up probably like a year later, not even months. I'm talking about a month later. It was like a year later. Oh, that's how she hit me up. That's how we ended up talking. So like a year later, somebody we knew, one of our friends had died, right? And Millie, I don't know if she was back in LA or not, because like I said, we wasn't talking. I wasn't keeping up with her. So I wasn't talking to her, so I don't know if she was living in LA or if she wasn't. So one of our friends had passed away or whatever. And at the funeral, I seen her. Mind y'all, it's no bad blood, because it's like that shit happened a year ago. I'm not worried about it. I have not talked to her. She have not talked to me. So when we seen each other at the funeral, it was like one of our other homegirls that we used to be close with. It used to be like 5 of us. So one of our other homegirls, she was just like, you know what, like, life is too short. You know, the whole little line people say and all that other shit. So at that point, you know, Millie came up to me. She's crying, and then we kind of like hugged. It was kind of like a Tyler Perry movie, you know, where the crackhead mama get her daughter back, and you crying and you hug and you forgive each other. Yeah, it was something like that. So we, you know, and after that, we kind of like talked. And she kind of wanted to bring up the situation, but I stopped her dead in her tracks. And I was like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, that's in the past. You know, like, because at that time, the only reason why I forgave her, not because it was at a funeral, but because kind of that too. But, y'all, the only reason why I forgave her is because the way she was acting, I'm like, this is not my friend. She's never acted like that before. And come to find out, when she moved to Vegas and she had met like these homegirls, like Millie, when she was in LA, she wasn't on that type of time. Like, again, I don't judge people's life. If you sell your body, that's on you. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, make your money however you get it. Well, she had tried that out before. Like, it was a situation, but I don't know. I wouldn't speak on that, because that's not my business to do. And it was a situation where it wasn't really kind of like willingly with her. So anyway, when she went to Vegas, I didn't know that's what Millie was doing in Vegas. Like, when she met the girls, I guess the girls she met, because she ended up telling me, you know, about the girls she met and how they fell out and all this other crazy shit that happened. But, you know, I didn't know that's what Millie was doing. But I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. I just forgave her, because I'm like, that wasn't my friend. That wasn't the person I talked to every day. That wasn't the person I used to hang out with every day. That wasn't her. So I was thinking, like, I don't know. Maybe if, you know, Millie probably was fighting some demons at that time. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. So I kind of just forgave her, because I'm just a big sucker sometimes, and I be forgiving people. But after that, we wasn't close like we was before. I didn't vent to her. Millie didn't know shit that was going on in my life. She didn't know shit that was going on in my life. I didn't vent to her. Like, we added each other back on social media, and that was just about it, you know. Like, but we didn't like we never got close again how we got close again. And probably like 2 years after that, us getting close, and, you know, and us talking, because when we talked about it and she was like telling me shit, it was all within the like 3 days, because the girl who told us, like, y'all, you know, need to be cool or whatever, the whole life is short person, her, you know, after that, like, we all end up going to her house, like, not that same day after the funeral, probably like 2 days later, and that's when me and Millie had like a side talk or whatever. But y'all, then after that, I didn't, like, we had each other on social media, but I didn't talk to her. But we didn't see each other probably like 2 years later. It was like on some, I was in Vegas, and she was just like, oh my god, like, I want to see you, like, you know. And it was just like some real quick type link type shit, and we talked or whatever. But that was it. And after that, I've not seen Millie. We got each other on social media. It's like whatever, but I haven't seen her Oh no, I did see her post up today. But yeah, it's like we not close. We never got close to how we was. And yeah, I kind of just forgave her, y'all. And it's just like, dang. I know y'all probably thinking like, let me know in the comments. Y'all probably like, I would not forget that bitch. That bitch got you fucked up. She was venting and telling your business to the nigga. Da 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 da. Y'all, she came at me crazy, y'all. She over him. She was throwing stuff. Like she really hurt my feelings with how she was getting at me over him. Like y'all, but I don't know. Like I said, the girl at the funeral, maybe if the funeral would have never happened, I didn't see her there, I probably wouldn't have talked to her ever again. You know, it just would have been like whatever. But you know, you got that one homegirl that be like, hug it out, you know. So we hugged it out. But she hasn't crossed me or anything like that, because we didn't get close like we used to be. Like, we're not close like we used to be. And it's like when I go to Vegas, well, I don't know if she lives in Vegas. I don't know where the fuck she lives. I don't be talking to her like that. Like I said, we just got each other on social media. But yeah. But no, she never crossed me again because I never gave her the opportunity to, because we're not friends like that. Like, we are associates. We don't even really talk now. Like, we don't talk at all. What am I talking about? Don't even really talk. We don't talk at all. Like, we just got each other on social media. But yeah, that was the end of that story, y'all. I know y'all probably thinking like, you forgave Millie. Somebody get that bitch 2 red noses, because that bitch is a clown. Y'all, I know. Dang. But anyway, that was it for that story time. Yeah, I don't know how long it is. Hopefully it's long, because like I said, y'all, I can't see how long I've been recording. But anyway, that's it for this story. Sorry that it's been 5 months since I posted part 4, y'all. I got y'all fucked up. The last part, I promise y'all, I'm gonna give it to y'all in like the next 2 weeks. So I'm not even gonna make y'all wait that long. I'm gonna just end this shit out with Goofy. And yeah, so I'm gonna give it to y'all. Even though the last part is kind of funny, because it's not really it's kind of about Goofy. Y'all see why I stopped answering and putting money on my phone. But I mean, it's more about the people I was with. But yeah, that's the end of this story, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Give your girl a thumbs up. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys, don't forget to follow me on all my social medias at Vivalayoshii, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. Peace the fuck out. Oh, look at me doing peace signs with one of my nails gone. Sorry. Okay. Peace out. It's still just better at the left hand, so.